What's up everybody, it's your boy Philip here from Spinnercraft. Thanks so much for joining me guys. We got a great video for you today. Today we're going to be talking about bearings. We're going to be talking about the difference between bearings, steel bearings, stainless steel bearings, ceramic bearings. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about which one should you get, is it important, and we're also going to be talking about the contest that ends tonight. Don't forget, the big video compilation contest with all the prizes ends tonight. You have to get your submissions in by tonight. We're going to get into that in just a moment, but just in case you forgot, the one who dies with the most toys wins. Boom! We're about to take off. Alright guys, we're going to be talking about bearings today, so let's just get right into it. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the traditional ABS plastic bearing. So now, when you have a traditional ABS plastic bearing, much like the Pro Fidget, when you pop the caps off, generally this is what you're going to see. You're going to see some sort of metal ring there. Generally there's this guard around it, and you'll see that on both sides. Now, for the traditional standard ABS spinner like this, what you have here is you have a steel 608 bearing. Now, a 608 bearing is what you're going to generally find on skateboards, okay? So that's why it tends to go a little bit slower, or rather, it doesn't have as much spin time as, say, for example, the Secret Service does with an R188 bearing. But it's still a very quality bearing. Obviously, you see skateboards work, and they work fine. The one thing to be mindful about these bearings is, though, they are steel, and of course, steel and water are enemies, right? So water and steel, they don't go together. Steel, of course, when it gets in contact with water, it starts to rust. And when this starts to rust, it doesn't spin like that anymore. So when you have a traditional ABS spinner that has a steel, whether it's a steel bearing or casing, or whether it's arms or whatever it is, any kind of steel, you don't want to get wet, or if you do get wet, you just want to make sure it's dried right after. Obviously something can fall into a puddle, but as long as you're going to dry that, it's going to be fine. The thing is, you don't want to keep it wet or have it in a place that's going to be moist or humid, because you don't want to get any rust going on with this. Okay, so the second one I want to show you is the original Pro Fidget Spinner, and those of you who are lucky enough to get those, you know that those come with ceramic caps, not the steel ones like this one has. So these are ceramic, and now you can see the difference here. When you zoom in here, let's get a little tracking. See the balls inside there? Those balls are ceramic. So those balls aren't going to rust, okay? But check this out. Here, the inside of the balls and the outer piece here, those are stainless steel on this particular piece. And so what that means is stainless steel isn't going to rust either. So I've got ceramic balls that aren't going to have an issue. I've got stainless steel that generally isn't going to have an issue as well. So this is a pretty solid spinner, and that's why I picked it for the original Pro Fidget. Some places, now you want to be mindful of this, some places will have ceramic, but then the outside actually won't be stainless. Instead, it'll just be steel. And so even though you have the ceramic balls, the outside steel, you can find a little rust. So you want to make sure sometimes if you're going to be doing that, you're going to get a nice ceramic ball. You're also going to want to make sure the rest of the hardware is stainless steel and not just steel. Now I wanted to pull in another example. Here's another example. Now you can see the way that it's in the Pro Fidget, it's black. And then here we have the same ceramic balls, except this one has a gold steel or stainless steel. I'm not sure on this one, but you can see it has the same appearance and it looks really nice. So you can do that the black with a contrasting gold, or you can do black on black. I like black on black. Some people do black on gold, some people do the black on silver with these hybrids. Okay, the next one that we have is the R188. So we can look at the Secret Service spinner. This is the one that has the 5-minute spin time out of the box, and which is pretty amazing for this price spinner. Beautiful, this has been a big crowd favorite, and this has the R188 bearing inside here. Now, as I said before, this has a bearing locking system on it, so you need to first take off this outer ring before we can get a peek at the bearing. Okay, and so once you unscrew that locking ring out, basically the bearing is just loose and resting in there, so I can take that right out. Now, when I go ahead and look at this bearing, this is the R188, and obviously first right off the bat you can tell that it's much smaller than the 608. And it's also much smaller than the ceramic, but it's also a stainless steel bearing. So it's stainless steel inside, and the housing is stainless steel too. So you wouldn't want to have any rust issues with this as well, but just so you can see the difference, and also you can see the size. Now, one of the things that you want to be mindful of is sometimes on the R188, the interior wall will be steel, not stainless steel. Now, normally it's not a big deal because it all depends on the price point. Obviously, if you're getting, if you're getting the Secret Service spinner, you're not going to want to deal with that issues based on that price range. But if you're getting something in the $10 or under price range, you got to expect the fact that you're not going to have the most high-end spinner in a $10 product, right? It's got to have some sort of caveat to it, but you just be mindful. And you don't get it in water. And if it does get in water, you just dry it. It's not a big deal. Here I am just pulling out the caps from the Mech Army, which we just did a review on just a couple days ago. And you can see, even if you want to look inside here, you can see that the balls are ceramic. And you can see that they're that beautiful black shiny ceramic color. And then inside here looks really nice and strong. This is most likely stainless steel. And on the back you can see, possibly you can see, there's a little bit of a guard right there. So I didn't get into it too deep. I'm not getting into sizes. I'm not getting into all the different craziness that goes along with it. I just wanted to show you guys a really, really beginner introduction about bearings. A lot of people are just starting off and all they're familiar with is a 608, and they're not familiar with these types of bearings. By the way, this isn't all of them, of course. There is tons of bearings. These are just the ones that are used the most. A lot of the R188s are coming out of China. A lot of the 608s have been around forever and are used everywhere. A lot of people will use different sizes. There's all different kinds of bearings. There's different types of ceramic bearings. There's different types of hybrid bearings. There's full ceramic bearings that are ceramic balls and doesn't have any stainless steel in the middle at all. So you've got different sizes. You've got glass bearings. There's things that people don't even use in this industry. So a lot of fun stuff with bearings, and just kind of wanted to go over some of the basics right now so you guys could have an understanding when you go to make your next purchase. Guys, thanks so much for joining me today on this episode on bearings and different types of bearings. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this video. I hope you got something out of it. Also, just as another reminder, guys, please go ahead and go to spinnercraft.com. Click the contest button on the top of the screen so you can read all about the contest. It does end tonight at midnight. So anybody who is putting their submissions in, go check that out. Go check out the contest video that was about 5 or 6 videos back, and see all the comments below. There's crazy amount of links of people who have entered the contest. So go to their YouTube channel, check out their videos, see what they did. Maybe you guys can say who you think is the best. Who you think is the best. I'm gonna be going through all of the videos over the next few days. A lot of people have said, hey Phil, when are you gonna pick the winner? No, I can't pick the winner tonight because people have got to still submit tonight. So I'm gonna pick the winner over the next few days, and probably around Thursday or Friday of next week, I will launch the video that lists all of the winners and all the prizes that they win. So thank you guys for each and every one of you that submitted your video already. I appreciate it. For those of you who are slagging, make sure you go ahead and get your video in tonight by midnight. Those are the only videos that are gonna count. After that, the videos will not count anymore. Don't forget to go and check out the other contest that's on that page. Again, spinnercraft.com, click the contest button on the top, and check out the do-it-yourself spinner contest. That ends at the end of this month. That has great prizes too. You make your own spinner, do it yourself, and send it in. I do a review of your spinner on camera so everybody can see. You'll get a name shout out. And then I'm gonna pick the top do-it-yourself spinners, and you guys are gonna get prizes. And I am super excited about that because there's a lot of creative people in this crowd. Okay, and last but not least, just a little Spinnercraft store update. A lot of people have been asking when the new big ballers are gonna be coming in. Those are gonna be coming in next week, so definitely get your pre-orders in today, and we'll be shipping all of those out next week. Also, we added a couple new fun items to the store. We added in the 2-arm Dapper, which is a really fresh 2-arm spinner. It comes in a beautiful stainless steel, or it comes in a brass. These are really nice. They come in a beautiful package with extra caps. They're all reasonably priced, $25 and $30. We also added some beautiful custom limited edition lanyard beads. They come in this stone wash, and then they also come in this black. These are limited edition Spinnercraft special beads. This is our Trinity version. We're probably going to be coming out with more in the future. Go to the website and check these out. For those of you that aren't into lanyard beads, of course a bead you can put on really anything, right? You can put it on your keychain, you can put it on your backpack, you can put it on your knife. A lot of people have a lanyard with a bead on their knife, which I do here. I've got a lanyard bead on one of my knives. Whatever it is, whatever your EDC, everyday carry type of item is, you can hook a lanyard bead up to that. So go check those out. They're titanium, everything's reasonably priced. And thank you guys so much for checking out this episode on bearings. I hope you guys got something from it. If you have any questions, leave your questions below in the comments. Please remember to go ahead and click like. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to our channel. I'm really passionate about not only just fidget spinners, but fidgeting in general, and understanding fidgeting and breaking through it and coming into flow with all things in life. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Leave your comments below. And hey guys, I am pumped to give the results of the big contest coming up in just a few days. All right guys, your boy Philip here from Spinnercraft. Peace.